You're listening to the Astromommy Daily Horoscope, a forecast that hopes to shine a light in the dark, helping us all see where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. Whether you're a first-time listener or a long-time subscriber, thanks for being here. I truly appreciate you being in the Astromommy community, and I hope you enjoyed today's horoscope and card reading. Without further ado, here is the Daily Horoscope. Mars squares Neptune, Venus joins the South Node, and the Knight of Pentagrams. Watch out for scams, but don't give up. Daily Horoscope check-in for Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024. Good morning, friends. Well, I'm getting a late start today, but better done than perfect, right? I believe that will be something I say to myself over and over during this lunation cycle. A few reminders before we begin. Several items are on sale this week in the family Etsy shop, Metaphysical Flamingo, and we just launched some Astromommy hats, so please go and check those things out. If you are enjoying the audio read aloud, I have some fun news. I have submitted the podcast to Spotify. Starting today, you will be able to listen to the podcast of the Astromommy newsletter from the convenience of your Spotify account. Please check this out and let me know your experience. If you can, please upgrade your subscription or make a donation to support the audio. Anything helps and is greatly appreciated. Thank you to those who have done this. And finally, did you see the new word poem list that I posted yesterday? If not, you can access this month's lunar poetry ritual details here on this post. Okay, let's get into the astrology. Today's transits. All times are in Eastern Time unless mentioned otherwise. Right after midnight last night at 12:09 a.m., Mars in Gemini formed a square to Neptune in Pisces retrograde. This could feel a little bit like the gas being let out of your car. There's a decrease or diminishment to your drive and energy reserves. Neptune kind of washes away and tones down whatever Mars is doing. And in Gemini, this could be talking, communicating, or acting on our thoughts and ideas. Mars-Neptune in square can also represent something trying to come into your life that lacks integrity, honesty, and transparency. Maybe a scammer texts you, perhaps an old lover tries to get you to come by, or maybe there's a hidden agenda behind someone's actions. Astrologer Reinhold Eberton, in his book, The Combination of Stellar Influences, describes Mars in hard aspect to Neptune as, quote, the conscious direction of the will without the ability to take action, and failures caused through the absence of plans or through lack of energy, unquote. This can be a very debilitating transit, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Yet on the other side of this energy could possibly be a desire to take action on something that feels ethereal, otherworldly, or divinely positioned, or has a narcotic effect. But do be cautious with this one, for I've never seen a Mars square Neptune that hasn't had a shadow side to it, so please be careful. Deception with malicious intent seems to come up a lot with this combo. Early in the morning at 5:46 a.m., the moon in Virgo made a sesquiquadrate to Pluto in Aquarius retrograde, symbolizing something that you've started transforming, hitting some internal blocks. Take some deep breaths and come back to it tomorrow. Then at 8:37 a.m., the Virgo moon perfected her opposition to Saturn in Pisces retrograde, indicating a reality check moment when we will have to face something serious and perhaps make a decision, a commitment, or a sacrifice. The moon in Virgo sees reality for what it is and knows all of the items on the list that need to be checked off, and yet Saturn is still asking for her to be patient, continue working, plugging away at the daily activities and mundane tasks that make something sustainable and worthwhile. My colleague Natty Ford Gallegos of Astronotes here on Substack talked about Virgo's need for perfection in his post about the new moon, in which he said, quote, the mutable earth sign of Virgo has a reputation for perfectionism, and while it's important to give the meticulousness of Virgo its due and respect its role in the creation of a final product, one thing about Saturn's transit through Pisces, in opposition to Virgo, is that it is asking us whether this perfectionism is ultimately sustainable, productive, and healthy, unquote. And I think this is a really good sentiment to keep in mind this lunar cycle. Later in the afternoon at 2:34 p.m., the moon in Virgo will form a square to Jupiter in Gemini, reactivating the previous square between Jupiter and Saturn on August 19th, 2024, which marked a major pivot point in their cycle. This reactivation by the moon may bring this pivot point home for you. Maybe you are making some big changes this month, or perhaps a change that you initiated in August is now manifesting. Pay attention to what happens today, as it may be a linchpin in your current storyline. Additionally, the moon square Jupiter can symbolize indulging in something. With the moon in Virgo and Jupiter in Gemini, I would say this could be working on the details too much, or reading, writing, or editing something to death. As always, when the moon squares Jupiter, it is a good idea to not overindulge in things that you would regret later, like overspending, overeating, or over-exaggerating. On the good side of moon square Jupiter, we have things like taking action on something that will improve your life or expand your repertoire, your influence, or your status. Oftentimes, it is the square that gives us the energy to take the first steps and make something a reality. In the evening, Venus will conjoin the South Node in Libra at 7:58 p.m. This could be a time of great release in our relationships or about something we love. We may be letting go of people or things that no longer bring us pleasure, joy, or contentment. At 9:44 p.m., the moon in Virgo will make a quincunx to Chiron in Aries retrograde, so something in your reality is not fitting in with your identity right now. Soon we will have to make a decision about this. It's about stepping into your authentic self unapologetically, so who are you, really? This will have to be addressed. The tarot card. Let's see what the cards have to say. Please upgrade your subscription to listen to the tarot card reading for the day. If you seek knowledge and enlightenment, the Astromommy newsletter may be right for you. Side effects of reading or listening to the Astromommy newsletter are common and include joy, jubilation, delight, happiness, gratitude, love, triumph, feeling in tune with the universe, experiencing deep insights, reflections, and contemplations, a lightened soul, a lighter step, feeling awake when others are asleep, illuminated, enlightened, having spiritual experiences, noticing repeating numbers, animals in nature, or songs on the radio that speak to you, getting vibes, clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsmelliance, feeling like you know secret language, biophilia, crying tears of joy, emotional literacy, feeling lively, stable, exalted, having an auric glow, or feeling like you woke up on the right side of the bed have all been reported. If you purchase anything through the affiliate links that I provide in the newsletters, I will make a very small commission. Thanks for listening.